afternoon all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, May 20th. And we are looking at Window Trader's market profile of the SPY, IWM, Triple Qs. And this market has a tremendous way of cleansing itself. It teases everybody. When you think you're going to probe, I mean, look what M-Period just did in SPY and ES. Pretty amazing. Russell, once again, just like on the 17th, did nothing all day and then explodes to the upside to end with a price probe and a trend day. SPY and ES hold two sets of singles. Triple Q holds two sets of singles. We have an inside week right now in SPY and ES, which is set up for something really nice for next week. And we have options expirations tomorrow. Triple Qs open, basically an open and drive, held their gap, and then got tired as they end up, well, 8 wide, 9 wide if you count N-Period in the NQ. The only trading I did was in SPY, and I'll tell you, I didn't do a lot, but I had one awesome trade on the long side at the afternoon pullback low. Other than that, it was small because we'll go over that in a second. Russell didn't. They end 10 wide, not 11. L's low did not get to J's high, but they end 10 wide, and again with a trend day and a price probe. SPY and ES, gap high now. I was telling the room right before the opening, I would love to see this open below the gap from the 18th and above yesterday's high. Take a nice long, even if our gap filled but held the price probe, to take a nice long to finally go fill that gap. But the market doesn't care what I want. It gapped where it closed that gap, so I didn't get long right away. And then it started. I mean, again, it's amazing how this market, what it does at times. We rip up 4 time frames in a row, A to E, almost $4.50, and then we stop and trade sideways a good part of the day before we make a new high in L period. As far as my trades go, again, I didn't do much. I actually took a short in A period against the price probe. The 415 puts that expire tomorrow. It was small. I got paid on it small. I was not staying married to it. I told the room there's no way with value higher, one time, it wasn't one time frame yet, but value higher, gap higher, filling the gap from the other day, holding this gap. Any short would be short-lived just to see if it pulls back at a visual area. And it did just slightly, and I made money on that. Then in B, I took a long. As we were one time framing up, I took the 412 calls, but again, didn't hold them that long as we got to value low from the 18th. And I should have, we had a lowest accepted price today. It's something I should have leaned on, where A closes, B opens and doesn't go down much, and you never see it again. That's very powerful to me, that lowest accepted price. And that's something that I should have just leaned on. So I made money on that call play. Then in D period, we got to that very visual area. That's where change took place on the 18th. So in D, I took a short to see if we would just pause for a moment. Well, we certainly didn't pause. Got out of it, took a loss. That was a 416 put. The next trade I did, look, I didn't do anything. It just grinded. Then it started to grind up. I was like, I can't get involved. There were no pullbacks. There was one pullback. Unfortunately, I didn't get it in C. I was busy doing something else. It got where the pullback, which I would have loved to have taken a size call, never got it. And then it started grinding. Now, I could have just bought it anywhere. But I'm not like that. So we never got another pullback, and it just grinded. C, D, E. I'm like, well, I'll just watch it. F period, I was tempted to take a short when we were getting pushes up, but we kept coming down and filling these single prints. I never did. I'm like, well, whatever. I'll just wait for the afternoon pullback low, which I did, and which I hit a home run on. It flushed right out, filled E singles, D singles, got right around half back at the time, or right above it. I took 150 call position of the 413s and basically bought the low and started going up. When I'm in the money like that, I'm taking them off and held some right to when we got back to POC. Now, could I have held it longer? Of course. GH went another 80 cents higher. But I'm not built that way, unfortunately, and but I'm not going to complain. It was a beautiful trade, and that's all I did. That's all I did. I had a little weird push flush out, went right back. We traded sideways, and then finally made a new high in L. I thought for sure M would probe. I think everybody else did. And they punished a lot of buyers up here as they flushed out. So, good day though. Not complaining. Destinations for tomorrow. So for the upside, we have today's high at 416.62. Then we have the top of the 8-day balance, 417.49, and fill in the single prints at 81 cents. Then we have 418.74, price probe from the 10th, and then a large set of single prints, 419.89, and then they get filled. Single prints get filled at 421.03, so over 100 ticks from May 10th. For the downside, we have the afternoon. We don't have anything because I'm not counting 8 wide. I don't use N, so I'm not 9 wide. So right now we have the afternoon pullback low, G's low of 414.10. Then we have the 2 sets of single prints. 413.96 get filled at 70. So that's D's high to B's D's low to B's high, small set. Then we have C's low 413.38 to A's high of 413.26. Then we have B's low, lowest accepted price of 412.97. That's important to me. 412.97. Then we have today's low of 411.67, filling the gap at 411.05, 62-point gap. And then we have the price probe from the 19th, 410.56, which is K's high. And then on the charts, and again, tomorrow we will recap all 3 of these indices charts from top to bottom. But today we're just going to show you the weekly and the daily. So look at the weekly in SPY. Is this a double bottom? Possibly. We certainly have an inside week. So unless we have another huge move tomorrow, so unless we have a $7 move to the upside or a $10 move to the downside, believe me, I don't put anything past this market. We will have an inside week, which will set up very nicely for next week. And then on the daily, again, to me, this is just a pure 8-day balance. Gap is my main focus. We got up to and failed. Look at this. 4 days now, we're battling the 20-day moving average. Close below it. But we still have the gap and we still have a trend day. So I'm still giving the buyers the benefit of the doubt. The upper end of this 8-day balance is 417.49. We got to within less than $1 and failed. So we're going to see if that's all they want to do. Or are they going to go back up and attempt to get it? The bottom of the balance, obviously, is 405.33. I'm sorry, 404.79, which is last week's low. So right now we're battling between the 50 and the 20. The key for the bulls, if they can get acceptance above the 20, we should come out of this 8-day balance to the upside. If they can't get acceptance above the 20, we're going to roll over and go test the bottom of this balance again. So until we get any resolution for that, nothing's changed. I hope you had a great day trading. Have a lovely evening. And we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.